Knows Best.
Hi, friends, and welcome back to Brenna Knows Best. I'm your host, Brenna Berg. Hi, how are you guys? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. I am just going to get ahead with the stories. I have two stories that have updates. One of them was like within the week. Like I was scrolling on the Am I the Asshole page and like the update came like a few days later. One of these, and I'm not sure how I missed it. The original post was 2 months ago and it was low-key iconic, and therefore I'm sad I didn't see it. And then there was an update now. But those are sprinkled in. Let's start with the first story. Oh, this is like insane. And I need to really think about this and ask myself how I feel. Someone at work stole my chair, so I had them arrested. I got a new job in sales working for a company that sells access control systems, CCTV systems, etc. The chair in my cubicle was uncomfortable AF. So on day 3, I brought in my own Herman Miller Aeron chair. The only reason I know what that chair is because my husband sat in one time. I think he went to the ASU law campus when he was originally thinking about like which law school to go to, and they had them in like one of their newer buildings, because if you don't know, ASU Law, the Sandra Day O'Connor, I believe is like what it's called. They recently had like this huge renovation, or this was back then, I suppose, but they had these Herman Miller chairs, and my husband is obsessed. Like he brings it up pretty frequently how he wants one. I don't know if it's this in specific, which actually that just gave me an idea of a good Christmas gift, but I think these chairs are like $2,000. Therefore, I'm understanding this man started a new job. The cubicle chair was uncomfortable. He bought himself an expensive chair, which I respect. Like you'll do better work if you have a comfortable chair. On day 4, it was missing. I looked around and another sales rep was sitting in it. I asked for it back, but he basically told me to F off. That's crazy. You know that person bought it. You know, because it's not this guy's first day. You know, this guy just started and all of the cubicle chairs are uncomfortable. Shame on you. That's like so crazy. I just like the entitlement, and then to tell the guy who bought the chair to F off, that's insane. I went and spoke to the owner of the company. He told me that chairs aren't reserved. They are first come, first serve. I explained that I own the chair and it costed me $1,800. See, yeah, damn, that's crazy. Which I don't know standard like office procedure, but like all of that aside, whatever like you think about office procedure, that's his chair. And that's wild that somebody would just take it. He told me that I need to come in earlier if I want that chair. What do you mean you want that chair? It's the chair that he bought. That's crazy. Here's the thing, and a reason that life is so hard and complicated at times is because not all of us have like the same moral compass, or just a moral compass, period. Like that's wrong. That's 100% wrong. And it's not an incident where like, let's say that there were all Herman Miller chairs and there was one that was better than the other, but like the office already had those provided, then I get the first come first serve. Like if they had great chairs and there's like one that everybody knows is the best, like the person who gets that, if you get there early, like that just sucks, but like that would be acceptable, right? It's like whoever gets it gets it. But this is a chair that is wildly different than all of the other chairs by looks and by comfort. You know somebody bought that. That's not just like they didn't just the company buy one random nice ass chair. That's like morally so wrong to like take that chair. And especially like maybe it was a genuine accident, right? Like let's say they were like, oh wow, like we got this chair and didn't know it was his. That's fine. But when that man comes to you and says that he bought that chair, you go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, here. Right? Like that is morally right and morally wrong. Now, going back to office procedure, I still believe those things, but like if there's no sort of like office policy where like if you bought a chair but you bring it in, like it's in the office, I mean, it's still your property though. Like, I don't know the proper way of like going about this, but like that's literally insane. The next day, the same guy was sitting in it when I got to the office. I told him to give it back or I was going to call the cops. He refused, so I called the cops. Oh my gosh. I mean, I typically don't side with people like this, but like I get it. I get like if your manager isn't going to do anything about it, but that's your chair, like I don't know what the police can do. Is that actually like theft? I'm not sure, but like, oh, that is an escalation, but like what do you do? What do you literally do? It was quite the scene, but in the end, he admitted that he took my $1,800 chair. I was prepared. I had the receipt, which showed the serial number. Yes, Aeron chairs have serial numbers, LOL. They asked me if I wanted to press charges. My new boss said I would be terminated if I had him arrested. So I said, absolutely, I want to press charges. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You didn't want the job? This is your brand new job? What do you mean they asked you or the manager boss told you that you would be terminated if you had him arrested? So then you said, absolutely, I want to press charges. I feel that this man has a hot head. Okay? And not that he's not justified. Right? Anybody can be angry at a situation like this, but it's like how you handle said situation. But this is like life and people go through things, and maybe this guy has been fucked over one too many times and he's like, I'm not just gonna let Tim at my new job steal my chair. Which like, it's not that he stole it. I mean, he did, but he didn't. It's not like he took it home, right? But like what he was doing, I agree, is not like correct. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My new boss fired me on the spot, so I carried my chair out with me as I was leaving. Well, as you should, you bought it. And yes, the cops arrested the dude who took my chair. He has in parentheses, he admitted to it. Okay, but it's like property that's like right there. I mean, can you arrest somebody for that? That seems a little bit crazy, but I do agree what the guy was doing was crazy. This man came to you twice and said, that's my chair, and you just like refused to give it back to him. I guess like maybe, yeah, you can get arrested for it. I guess you can if this story is true. Oh my gosh. The dude who took my chair has been in the industry for about 15 years, but he's going to lose his security license, which means he won't be able to work in the industry anymore. He's going to lose his job. I don't give a shit. He shouldn't have stolen my chair. Oh my gosh. Am I the asshole for making this dude lose his job? I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. No, like I would say maybe 70% no, 30% yes, because it didn't need to go that far. However, if we're thinking like longevity, I think I just said longevity, you're gonna be working with this man. Like you called the cops. This is already like a really uncomfortable position, but like the fact that he was so willing to just like lose his job is also a little bit crazy. But no, I mean, he was in the right. Like that's his chair and he bought it and it's a nice ass chair, and he told him. It's not like he saw this guy sitting in his chair and just called the cops. Like he went up to him twice, but he's like, I'm not dealing with, like, that's my chair. How could you sit there? You wouldn't be able to. Like if I were him and I go in and I just bought a chair and somebody's sitting in it and won't give it back, and then I have to sit on my damn cubicle and do my job in an uncomfortable ass chair that I bought a new chair so I wouldn't have to sit there, and you know somebody else is just sitting in it and refusing to get out, you honestly sit there and wait until that man uses the bathroom and you go and steal it back, right? Like that's what I would do. I would be petty, but also I would be seething sitting there. Like especially if you could like see this man, like I wouldn't be able to work. I wouldn't be able to like think about anything else. I'd be like, this asshole just like won't give me my chair back. That's crazy. That's crazy. I actually am like gonna change my percentage. I think he's 90% not the asshole, 10%. Like the arresting him, but it's also, it's one of those things where I'm learning as an adult that I think for so long I was a people pleaser and I don't ruffle feathers. And even when I'm completely in the right, like don't ever do anything to somebody else and don't like make their life worse. But it's also like people need to learn the consequences. And like calling the cops is one thing and you would think, but people like really don't learn. So like I do think that guy needs to like learn a lesson, which it's unfortunate that he's losing his job, but like he should have just given you the chair back. It's like his own doing, right? And like your seat, the chair you sit on at work is actually really important. Like if you could literally get like back injuries and like neck injuries, like lifelong, like this guy bought himself a chair, like you go buy your own chair. Yeah, I'm going to say not the asshole. Okay, next. Oh, this is one of the ones with an update. So this is the first story and then there's an update. Am I the asshole for not firing the cleaning lady because my girlfriend asked me to? I, 42 male, have a cleaning lady who comes every other week. She's super hardworking, really nice, and I completely trust her. She comes while I'm at work and I get to come home to a clean house. The best feeling. One time she told me that she drank a can of Pepsi from my fridge and even asked if she should pay me back. I told her she 100% has permission to take a break and eat/drink whatever she needs while she's here. Since then, she'll occasionally have a pop, a glass of juice, or once she said she had a piece of toast. She's never helped herself to any meals, snacks, or anything beyond that. My girlfriend, 38 female, was over the other night and said that she saw my cleaning lady stealing from the fridge. I told her she wasn't stealing, LOL. She has my permission. And she's definitely not just sitting around being lazy. She was taking a break. My girlfriend said it's weird, unprofessional, and that it could lead to boundary crossing. I told her I've known this woman for 2 years and nothing like that has ever happened. My girlfriend thinks that I should fire her before it gets worse. Oh my gosh, girl, calm down. Calm down. And it's also not your right. And also, this man's 42 years old. Does he have a house? Did he say apartment or house? My cleaning lady comes every other week. Clean house. It's a house, which is a lot of work. And the least you can do, the cleaning lady at the nanny fam's house, like, yeah, we would offer her like drinks or like whatever. That's insane. This woman's like cleaning his whole home. And that's a lot of goddamn work. Am I wrong for thinking, why change something that's been working perfectly fine? Am I being weird? No, you're not being weird. Your girlfriend is. She's being a little bit insane. And I know us girly pops can be a little bit crazy. And like I, on one hand, kind of understand where she's coming from. Not really. Like I don't deeply understand, but like I get what she's saying. And maybe she's had a bad experience. And I do know of people who have had cleaning ladies like steal. Like this is like a thing. Actually, this is a little bit random. Well, that could have been anybody. I don't know. Yeah, no, she's being insane. And like totally, she's overstepping. You saw the cleaning lady like take something out of the fridge just to snack or have a drink. I mean, on one hand, damn, I don't want to side with her, but like, that is your job and cleaning a house is hard, but like she could pack a lunch. It's like any other job, right? But the thing is, the guy already agreed to it and he said she could do that. And she owned up that one time and it was like, I took a Pepsi, like I can pay you back. And he, then offered. So like, it's a non-issue. Like he said, that's okay. They already have this like set in place. Like what? Then she's going to take something else? No, you're being a little bit crazy, but here's the update. Okay, wow. I had no idea a silly debate between me and my girlfriend would blow up like this. I talked to her and she said she thinks it's weird that my cleaning lady can grab something to eat or drink. She said it'd be better if she brought her own stuff. I was like, this woman goes to multiple clients a day. She can't be carrying a whole suitcase of snacks on top of the vacuum, mop, and everything else. Well, she could. How hard would it be to keep snacks in her car? But like, again, I'm agreeing with the man. I'm just saying. So, who cares? My girlfriend said it just makes her uncomfortable. Then she asked why I even need a cleaning lady when I live in a 2-bedroom house, and she told me to just be an adult and clean your own place. Girl, she's overstepping. She's 100% overstepping, and that's a wild thing. This man's 42 years old, and like, I'm all for outsourcing. Like, if you don't want to clean and you don't want to take that time to clean your house, pay somebody to clean it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it makes you any less of an adult. She clearly has just like preconceived ideas about like having cleaning ladies and like cleaning ladies. Like, there's clearly some weird energy she has against cleaning ladies, because like, what? And him not cleaning his own house. I feel like this is like bringing up a good thing that he should know that she feels this way. You know what I mean? She also said, I don't need a cleaning lady to mommy me. I was like, she's not mommying me. She's a huge help, and my place looks amazing after she leaves. Then she said, when we move in or get married, the cleaning lady has to go because she doesn't like strangers in her house, and that I need to get off my ass and do my part. Whoa. I mean, I can like understand some people don't like strangers in their house. I feel like I wouldn't like that. Right? Not to say I won't have a cleaning lady in the future, but like, I don't really love like random people. The nanny fam, like, she's perfectly okay with like people coming in, and she's so welcome and warm, and that's wonderful. But like, I respect this woman's like her opinions, but this man doesn't care. And I think this is bringing up good conversations for them to have. Like, this is kind of a compatibility thing. Like, they should figure this out, because if that is where this relationship is going, then they should talk about that. Because if she won't have somebody in her house, well, I guess she could clean and will clean, but that's like another thing. Like, she's telling him to get off his ass and do his part. That's going to be an issue in the future if she's not allowing them to have a cleaning lady, because if he just doesn't want to do that stuff, then do you remember when we had that story of when like it was one of the partners' jobs to clean the house, and then they ended up, I think it was a woman, she hired a cleaning lady, and the partner had a problem with it, the boyfriend, and was like, you need to do it. And it's like, what do you like, why do you care if she cleans the house or not? If she's paying for the cleaning lady, like, that's just some like weird, like, I don't even know, psychological fucked upness. Like, why does it make a difference? Like, that's her chore and she's taking care of it, whether she's doing it or paying somebody. Like, I don't understand the big issue. I told her that I don't get her logic at all. She doesn't charge much. I can easily afford her, and my house looks great. So what's the issue? She kept going on about how I'm being lazy and acting like a man-child, and that I should act like an adult. I told her I'm 42, and for my 40th birthday, I hired a cleaning lady as a gift to myself because I want my free time to relax. And I'm not changing that. I honestly have no fucking clue what your problem is. Oh my God. I just don't get it. She hung up. Whatever. I'm honestly too old for this shit. I'm going to bed. Thanks, everyone. That's literally insane. Okay, then there's like a final update in bold. She texted me that she can't waste her time with a lazy man who would rather give full control of his house to a maid instead of getting off his ass to do cleaning of the house himself. Oh my gosh. I told her best of luck. She told me to go fuck myself. Looking forward to spending the holidays with my son this year in my very clean house. Thank you, everyone. That's literally crazy. Oh my gosh. I mean, we just watched a breakup happen in real time, which it seems so silly, but like, that's a good thing that it happened. That like, they know what they're getting into, and like, that's how she feels. And again, that's like, if she needs a man who like does stuff and she thinks that it's lazy if you have a cleaning lady, that's fine. Everybody's allowed to have their opinions, but then like, go find that man, right? This is not your man, and that's okay. Okay, next. Oh, this one kind of gets me fired up. Am I the asshole for getting in a fight with my girlfriend on her birthday because she was being picky with the food that I cooked her? My 29 male girlfriend, 27 female of 3 years, had her birthday yesterday, and I wanted to surprise her by waking her up to bed and breakfast on her birthday. I think he meant breakfast in bed. I didn't read that incorrectly. It says to bed and breakfast. Okay. To breakfast in bed on her birthday. For some background, she has always been somewhat of a picky eater in the sense that she will try things, but if it doesn't blow her mind or make her happy/excited to eat it, then she won't finish it. This has caused some problems in the beginning of our relationship when I was still trying to hone my cooking skills in for her, since neither of us knew how to cook. Nowadays, I obviously have adjusted to her palate, gotten much better, and haven't had issues since the beginning. Flash forward to yesterday for her birthday. I decided to make some breakfast burritos with a side of eggs, hash browns, sausage, and bacon. I've made it for her in the past, and she says it's one of her favorite things I make for her, so I had no stress whatsoever. That was all until I started making the eggs and realized we only had 2% milk in the house. In parentheses, he says she prefers whole milk because it makes the eggs creamier. I was already halfway through cooking and didn't want to involve her and ruin the surprise, so I just used 2% milk instead, thinking it wouldn't be a big difference for her. I was incredibly wrong. That's insane. Like already, regardless of how this turns out, you cannot tell the difference. Maybe ever so slightly, but it's not like changing the flavor of the eggs. Let's be so fucking for real. Let's be so ferociously fucking for real. Let me also just say there's a big difference between preferring something and not liking something. Like, it's not that she doesn't like 2% milk, it's that she would prefer whole milk. Like, if you were to substitute the other, like it's not like you dislike it. It's not like he was making bacon and then didn't have bacon, so then he made waffles and she just straight up doesn't like waffles. It's like he's substituting the milk. I dealt with this with the nanny fam and their weird food preferences, and specifically one person in general wouldn't eat things if it was a different brand. And it's like, okay, so I have the same exact cheese. I have, let's say, Parmesan cheese, but it's not from Central Market, it's from Whole Foods. They wouldn't eat it. That's insane. Or we would get something and let's say it's a to-go order from Chick-fil-A. We get chicken nuggets and fries, let's say. We would get it. Well, then this person would become turned off of it or just wouldn't prefer it. And one time I picked it up because I was in a pinch and couldn't get the other thing, and they wouldn't eat it because they just weren't preferring it at the time. I know you like it. You ate it and ate it. It's not like you just don't like it anymore. I'm that's insane. And allowing kids and people to act that way. It's I get it. We have preferences and it's unfortunate when we don't have our favorite thing, but you can still eat the thing, right? I already see where this is headed and I'm already pissed off. I lit some scented candles, put on our favorite show, and gave her her plate of food. She was so excited for a moment, but then she paused and asked me, "Did you have to run out and get whole milk? Because I noticed we ran out the other day and you need whole milk for eggs." Oh my God. 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 So she hasn't even, it's not like she has eaten them and tasted them and asked. She just knew that there wasn't whole milk in the fridge and is saying that. I would already be losing my goddamn mind. And the fact that she said you need whole milk for eggs, shut the fuck up. I'm really so sorry. Shut the hell up. You can use any milk. And actually, it's a splash of milk. I'm already pissed. I'm already so pissed. So I told her no, and that I just used 2% because I couldn't stop halfway through to run out for 30 minutes to get milk. She just sighed and started tearing up because she couldn't eat anything with the eggs in it then. Be so fucking for real. You're how old? You're 27 years old and you're crying because your boyfriend substituted 2% milk instead of whole milk in eggs? Shut up. Like, actually, shut up. She said that she tried 2% milk eggs once when she was little and didn't like it. So she felt disappointed now and only ate the hash browns and meat. I'm sorry, grow the fuck up. Like, this is exactly when I was working for the nanny fam. Like, these, like, those things that the kid would do. It's like, no, make them eat. Like, that's crazy. This is what it's going to turn into. This is a 27-year-old adult who won't eat the eggs because it has whole milk instead of, or 2% instead of whole milk. Grow the fuck up. I'm so sorry. If you're out there and you relate to her, grow the fuck up. That's insane. I begged her to at least try a bite of the burrito to see if she likes it because I really didn't want to start her birthday off on a bad note, but she refused and wouldn't even try the burrito since it had egg in it. It annoyed me that she wouldn't even try it, but I stayed calm and didn't want to make things worse. We moved on from it and I focused on keeping her happy for the rest of her B-Day. Things went well until we were leaving her parents' house when she said something along the lines of, "I'm glad we got to see you guys and thank you, Dad, for cooking dinner because I need at least one guy in my life that knows how to cook good food." Why the fuck? Oh my God, break up with her. Literally break up with her. This is a child that you're dating. Why would she say that to her dad and in front? Oh my gosh. Grow up. Like, literally grow up. And trust me, the tone was not playful and she was staring straight at me with a serious face when she said it. It caught me so off guard and immediately frustrated me. So we got in a fight during the drive home and barely spoke the rest of the night. I feel terrible since it was her birthday, but I genuinely don't feel like I did anything wrong. I made a mistake with the eggs, but she was the one who brought it up to make me look bad and make it a big deal. Am I the asshole? No. No. No, 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 no. Like, I'm sorry. It's one thing to be a picky eater, but another thing to be like this. Like, she's acting like a child. And then also the talking shit about you to her dad. Like, I just think that's like a little bit wildly inappropriate. He's 29. She's 27. Yeah. And like, that's going to be a consistent thing that, like, it's one thing again too, like if they manage their own preferences, which I guess, like, sure, in theory, unfortunately he was already making the eggs, like, whatever, he's either going to stay with her and learn how to accommodate all of these things for the rest of his life, or okay, he just like should break up with her and like maybe not deal with that, which is probably what I would do. Okay, next. Oh, this one's a little bit heavy. We're talking about abortion and young children. Therefore, FYI, I'm just letting you know. Am I the asshole for telling my son's pregnant girlfriend's mom that I will give up her baby if their daughter does not herself? I am a 44-year-old mom with a 16-year-old son. He's had a girlfriend who is also 16 for the last 7 months. We have never tried to shun sex or shun teen parents to our kids because my husband, 46, and I do not believe that that is how you prevent pregnancy and that it will happen if there is a will. He knows about condoms, he knows about Plan B and birth control. We do believe he should be an adult to make sexual decisions, and he does know that, but 16-year-olds will be 16-year-olds. To follow with that, my son sat my husband and I down in our living room to have a conversation. He is not a sit down and talk about this kind of person, so I figured something happened maybe at school. I was dead wrong. My son revealed that his girlfriend is pregnant. I had no idea they were even having sex. Not that I expected him to outright tell me, but I didn't think that they had much time alone together. But like I said earlier, if there is a will, there is a way. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine your child coming to you. In both parties, they're 16 years old and they're pregnant. Not they, she's pregnant, but you know what I mean. Oh, no, 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 no. That I can't even imagine. After some questions, we found out that she just found out 2 days ago after she didn't have a period all of last week. So she took a test and it came back positive. She does not want to tell her parents, at least not right now. And they were using condoms each time, so this was a huge surprise. I asked him if she would be willing to sit down and talk to us about what is going on, and he said she had already asked him if she could. Oh, that's good. About an hour later, she came over and my husband and I talked to her about this. She seemed very distraught about it, but this was the third time I have ever met her, so I figured it was nerves. She said in summary that she is a 4.0 GPA student, she's trying to get the highest diploma she can get, and that she would love to go to school and be a psychiatrist. There were a lot of tears shed, and I did already know that much about her, but didn't put the two together. I asked her what she wanted to do, and at first she said that if we wanted to be grandparents, that she would keep it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I told her to not think about my husband and I and to think fully for herself, not even for my son. She said, truthfully, a baby would ruin what she has going for the next 10 years. I told her she may want to look into giving up the baby or maybe consider abortion. After some tears and some talking, she said she would go home and tell her parents that she prefers an abortion. I told her that I could cover the cost if needed because this was a result of my son too. Oh, this is just so heavy and so hard. I mean, she's 16. She's literally 16 and I could not think of anything worse. I know that people have strong opinions on abortions. I just think that, oh, damn. That just sucks all around. It just really freaking sucks. At about 8 p.m. yesterday, I got a call from her mom. I'm not sure how she got my number, screaming that I am encouraging their daughter to get rid of their grandbaby and also encouraging their daughter to be a killer. I explained that their daughter has a really good future going for her, and I don't want to see that get taken away from her because she's 16 having sex with my son, and even explained that God forbid they break up someday, then it'd become a huge mess with custody and child support. She still insisted they wanted her to keep the baby and not abort it. Where I may be the asshole especially is that when she had said that, I told her that if she makes her daughter carry that baby, I would come in and drop the baby off at the fire department myself. Wait, what? Why the fire department? What are you even talking about? Is that where people drop off babies? I'm not understanding that. They called me pretty much every name under the sun, and I eventually hung up in the middle of their tirade. My husband is now saying that maybe we should have never talked to our son's girlfriend about this and maybe just let them figure the baby out and step in when needed. But to be honest, I do love my son dearly. I just do not believe he is ready to be a father in any capacity right now. I don't think any 16-year-old is ready to become a dad or mom. Hello? Yeah, no shit. He does his dishes, his laundry, cleans his room, but that takes everything in him. Why are you justifying why a 16-year-old should not become a parent? That should not be happening. Girl, we know. We know. He's been battling depression for a while now, and we step in and even help him with chores sometimes. We even have him in therapy for his depression and are learning with him and the therapist. There is no way he can hold a job right now. I don't want to see a baby born in not the greatest conditions. Is this kid not in school? What do you mean he can't even hold a job right now? He's in school. He's 16. But I do see that I may have been an asshole to my son's girlfriend's mom. Was I the asshole? Regardless, they called you freaking out. I don't think you were the asshole per se. I think it says a lot that the daughter came to you and spoke to you before talking to her own parents, honestly. Like, that would be hard to go to your own parents about, but I feel like even especially harder to go to your boyfriend's parents about. So I think it says a lot about the openness of that home and maybe like the parents, which maybe you'd be more open to talk to somebody but your own parents. I don't really know. I don't think it was inappropriate, and I think it's good that they talked to her, and I think it's good that they are open. I think that like being supportive no matter what she chooses is like the best way to be in this scenario. I think that the parents, and I understand again, it's like people having really strong opinions on abortion and like the calling her a killer. I just like don't believe with that sentiment, but like the shoving that down her throat and telling your 16-year-old daughter that she has to have this child and their grandbaby. I mean, I get it, but like, how could you want your daughter to have a child at 16? Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many things to think about because like, if you do go ahead and like get her the abortion, I feel like her parents might kick her out of the goddamn house. So like, are you willing to house this girl? There's a lot of things, and it is just like really heavy and hard. And like, who's to say that you should or shouldn't do a certain thing, especially when it's like a baby, a child is involved. That's really hard and really complex. I can't like really speak on that, but those are my thoughts. Okay, next. I don't know if I mentioned on Friday's podcast, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm filming it on the same day, this one after that one, but my wisdom tooth is acting up again and it's like really hurting, and I feel like I'm really sorry if you hate those noises, but like I'm being even more like that than normal because my jaw hurts. Oh, I think I'm getting my wisdom tooth taken out on Friday, or wisdom teeth. Why did I say tooth? I think I'm getting them all taken out this Friday, FYI. Okay, I'm going to try and get through this last story, and this is one with the updates. My tooth is like really killing me. I almost just wrapped it up and I said, Brenna, don't be a bitch. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that her free wedding is unrealistic? I, 24 female, am a member of a friend group in which one member, we'll call her Coral, 23 female, is getting married. She announced her engagement to her fiance, 25 male, a few weeks ago, and we were all happy for her. Over the weekend, though, she shared more specific plans for the wedding, and that's where things have kind of gone off the rails. She said she's been seeing a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram showing how to plan free weddings. Weddings where the couple spends $0 aside from the marriage certificate fee, I guess. At first, I thought she meant a city hall wedding, which would be completely fine, but then she got into the details and her expectations for the ceremony. She's going to try and find someone with a large outdoor space to use, not formally a wedding venue, who will donate their area in support of love. She's going to have all of her guests bring a potluck with very specific assignments. She will have a friend officiate, a friend do the photography, a friend do save the dates and invites, her family do the flowers, etc., including some harder to swing, in my opinion, things like getting a large tent, decorations, wedding favors, speakers, band, etc. I'm not sure what her plan was for a dress. What's even more crazy is that Coral and her fiance really aren't that poor from what I can tell. She works as an accountant at a big company and her fiance does software sales. Plus, his parents are loaded. It sounds like they just want to do the free wedding thing for the sake of it. I'm so sorry. That's literally crazy. How are we calling that a free wedding? No, it's called using all of your friends and family to not pay for jack shit. That's insane. I've literally never heard of that, but what are we even talking about? That would be okay, but she is just shifting all of the costs onto other people, some of whom are probably less well off. She told me that she wants me to make the cake and then sent some pictures for inspiration. The cakes were ridiculously elaborate. We're talking multi-tier, flowers, gold leaf, and one even had a hand-painted watercolor design. I'm not a professional baker. I just like to bake cookies and brownies sometimes. I told her that those cakes would probably take me days to make and they wouldn't come out anywhere near as good. She kind of laughed that off and said, "Oh, it's not about it being perfect. It's just about everyone pitching in. It'll be fun." What are you pitching in, bitch? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I would literally be like, what? I would literally, and I'm not confrontational, but I'd be like, so you expect everybody else to do everything and you don't for your wedding? That's crazy. Unfortunately, weddings are a party that you host for guests. That's what it is. The wedding actually isn't about the people getting married. It is, but it isn't. It's about those people throwing a party for their friends and family, except now you're making all of your friends and family, which, you know what? I take back what I said. That's actually what it should be. It should be not necessarily on your friends and family, but like, why is it that we plan our weddings and receptions as a couple to just host other people? Like on one hand, like that's what it is really. But like on the other hand, it actually doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But let's keep going. I told her that, fun or not, what she was describing was basically her friends and family subsidizing her wedding with time, money, and labor, and that it was kind of unfair to expect people to spend so much on her free wedding, in quotations. Or else she was expecting everyone to just show up to a lackluster event and just pretend it was amazing. It's like a group project that none of us wanted to do because we already graduated and moved on from all that, so we don't need the credit. She does graduate a year later than the rest of us. Oh my gosh. I said that if she wants a free wedding, she should probably just elope or go to a city hall because this isn't really free. It's just free for her. I might have been a little bit more forceful in my wording, but I didn't swear or call her names or anything like that. She got super quiet and just looked at me for a minute or so and then left, with another one of our friends driving her home. Later that night, I got a text from that friend saying that I had really hurt Coral's feelings and that even if the plans were a bit unrealistic, I should have just let Coral come to that conclusion on her own. But would she? She kind of needs somebody to lead her in that direction. Coral then messaged me just saying, "Sorry, don't worry about the cake," with no more context. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I am feeling pretty bad now, especially since Coral was so happy and excited and she never really said anything mean to me. Perhaps I should have just gone along with the cake since she said she wouldn't be mad if it turned out badly, but I am worried that her wedding would not have been what she wanted. And I was also frustrated about the cake request. There's an edit and then there's a complete other post. I'll say what the edit says. Honestly, I feel a bit bad now. Coral really is a sweet person who is just a bit naive. I feel like a lot of people in the comments are tearing her up more than she deserves. She has always been the baby of the group, and I just got frustrated and ranted on this case. I don't know what the fiance thinks about all of this. Okay, there is an update, but let's talk about that. I mean, it's, one thing to be naive, but somebody needs to tell her, you're literally just expecting everybody else to do that, which I am one of those people who, even if something's not a burden to me, I can understand when something is a burden to other people, right? Even if I could afford, oh my gosh, this got me in trouble. Hello, are we kidding? I was in that bachelorette group and one girl couldn't afford to do all of the million events and I tried standing up for her. Even though I could afford, I just felt bad. I'm like, this girl can't afford to. Why are we forcing her to go into debt to do these things? Because people were not understanding. I pick up on other people's, like unhappiness and just like discomfort and things that like are crazy. Like asking all of these people to do this for your wedding is insane. And she is right. Like, it's not going to be what this girl wants. Like, you can't expect other people to do what you want perfectly. Like, just do it yourself or don't do it at all. And the girl is right. Like, then elope or go to the city hall. Like, that's what you should do. If you want an actual free wedding, don't make all of your friends and family. Like, in my opinion, everybody's going to resent the hell out of her, because I'd be like, what the fuck? It's already hard enough to like spend money, especially if she's doing like trips and things. Like, all of the money that goes into either traveling for a wedding and just like the dress and all of that is already a lot. Then you're like expecting these people to like plan your wedding. That's crazy. Let me just read through this update and then we'll be done. After reading the comments, I honestly began to feel bad for Coral. She really is a kind-hearted person, but a lot of people interpreted her as an insane, entitled bridezilla. That's really not the case. I decided I was going to make the cake, and I sent her an apology text, to which I didn't get any reply, and that ended up making me really anxious. I still didn't think that Coral's requests were that reasonable, and I'm not expecting the wedding to fully go to her plans, but that's not for me to worry about. Finally, I got a message from Coral's fiance, who we'll call Basil, asking to meet up, and I said yes. Oh my gosh. My expectation going into this was that Basil would tell me how much I hurt Coral's feelings, and I was going to reiterate my apology and share some research/planning I had done on the cake. That's not how it went though. As it turns out, the whole free wedding thing was Basil's idea. That's not the impression I got before. Basil didn't at first explain why he wanted to do it, but when I pressed it, it sounds like it's so he could spend the money that he and Coral had been saving up for their wedding on something else. A boat. A Catalina 27 apparently. Yes, a very useful and practical thing to have when you are living in the city, and especially if your fiance gets seasick. We did one of those river cruise things a while back, and she had a bad time. Basil says he'll help her get over that, and sailboats are different. Oh my God. So basically this guy is telling you that he wants a free wedding because the money they saved up for the wedding, he actually wants to spend on a boat, which to each their own. But again, you expecting people to do things for you, like then just elope, then just go to the city hall, then just don't have the wedding. That's literally insane. Anyway, after my whole outburst before, Coral has apparently been having second thoughts about the free wedding thing. Basil asked me to talk to her, apologize, and tell her that it isn't a bad idea after all. He basically said I owe it to him to help clean up the mess I caused. Oh my gosh, this is even worse than I thought it was. I don't feel great about that though. I don't want to drive a wedge between Coral and Basil, but telling her I think it's a good idea after all feels like lying, and I guess actively advocating for a potential train wreck is a further line for me than just agreeing to play my assigned voluntold baker role. Moreover, this was my first real conversation with Basil, and I have to say I'm not totally convinced he's a great person. I don't know if he has exactly manipulated her into going along with this, but it kind of feels that way. So what do I do? It's been a little while now since I talked to Basil, so I really do need to do something, be it what Basil asked or further involving myself in drama by telling Coral that I don't think the wedding or the entire marriage is a good idea. Oof, that's like really bad. Basically, what you need to do is go to your friend and be honest. You go to her and say, yeah, I don't think this is a great idea. And actually, you're kind of telling on Basil, but be like, I met up with Basil and he's telling me that you guys want to do this, which it shouldn't be a secret. Like, obviously they've talked about it. Be like, he wants to buy this boat, which that's fine if you want to do that. But again, like reiterate, you expecting everybody to do this, just like lay out the facts. I don't know. A free wedding, or what they're considering the free wedding, is like not free. It's just putting the burden on everybody else. And like, is that what you want to do? Then don't have a wedding. Like, I would just reiterate the facts that we already know. That's literally crazy that the husband that you barely know, or future husband, comes to you and tells you that it's his idea because basically he wants a boat. Meanwhile, this girl gets seasick, which is like fine and dandy. And like, if she agreed to that, okay. But like, oh, that just is gross. And just like make her aware, like, I still love you. I'll still do the cake if this is really what you want to do. But other people might not be as forgiving. And just like, this might rub people the wrong way. Right? Just like let her know what she's getting into. And also, like, maybe let her talk to you about the boat thing. Like, does she know about the boat thing? And like, does she want that as well? I don't know. Not that you should like overstep, because that's kind of what that is, but like also you gotta kind of get to the bottom of it. Those are my thoughts. Okay, you guys, I'm wrapping this up here. Thank you so much for listening. As always, happy Monday. Have the best week, and I will see you on Friday. Okay, bye guys.